Hi guys, this is Jamie. I wanted to give you guys a flip through of my PDF folder. I keep my PDFs and some of my coloring book pages and copies of coloring book pages in it. This first page is Sailor Moon. I got this offline and colored it with greens, blues, and yellows. And I did a little bit of sparkle right there on her eye. I think it turned out really pretty, so that's why I made it the cover of my PDF folder. And as you can see, it's time for a new one. So I'm going to just open it up here. I do keep my swatch sheets in this book as well for my markers and a couple of my pencils. This is my Spear Farben. This is my Cali Art markers. These are my Tombos and my Black Widow pencils. So, to start off, I have this girl. I've used stamps, the old school block stamps for the background, and I think it turned out pretty cute. She does have gel pen on her, but you can't see the gel pen sparkle just because of the lighting I'm in, but I did want to show you guys this one. And she was in a book as one of the extra images that you get on the back. This next one is an Alayna Lazareva, and this one was on a Facebook group. They had provided this image for me, and I did a tutorial on how to color grayscale images with pencils. And I like the gold leaves and the way her hair turned out. Her skin was a little too light for me. I would do it differently now, but it is what it is. These next two are from the My Little Pony coloring book, and I gave that coloring book to my kids, so I decided just to take these 2 pages out that I did, and I worked really hard on them because there's no Gamasol, and they were Castle Art pencils, and yeah, they hurt my hands pretty good just to get how smooth these are, because I just kept going over and over trying to burnish them. So I wanted to keep them for myself and remember how bad it could be if you do not have any kind of blending agent and you're using a pencil that's not as soft as, say, a Prisma, how it can affect your hands. Next one here is Mariella Budek, and this was another one that I colored on a live stream on Facebook showing how to color grayscale images, and there are stickles on the butterfly's wings, and I think it turned out pretty well. I didn't put any kind of light in this one because there wasn't any flames or anything, but I did light this one up, so I think it's cute. This one is Princess Peach, and it was from the Mario Mandala coloring book. If you guys saw my scavenger hunt video, I did have her in that book, as well as Toad. They are double-sided. This was a double-sided book, so I colored both of them and put them in my PDF folder. And I used gel pens and colored pencils with those. This next one was one I got online. It's a grayscale image, and I did these horses different colors, and this has been colored with alcohol markers. Next one I have here is a Sarah Kay. This was on a free website that had Sarah Kay images on it. The website's right here. And I used one of those daughter markers that kids use, and I went around that to create a border. I think it turned out okay. I do like the color palette of the girl and the puppy. This next one is a Precious Moments picture. Originally it was just this girl and the flower. I drew in the sunflower, so she was sitting on a sunflower. And I used markers, shaded with pencil, and you can't see, but there's Winkastella on the sky to make the sky sparkle. This was just a free children's coloring page. I needed to color a picture of a cow for something, and so I just hurried and colored that one. This one was another freebie online. Ariel. Yes, it is Ariel. And I've used alcohol markers, colored pencils for shading, gelato background, and some gel pen for accents. This one is a butterfly from one of my books. I don't remember which one. I used the Arteza fine liners to color this butterfly. And eyeshadow background. This one was a free image. It was just the kitty and the frog. And I added the bricks and the water and like the sidewalk. Because when I saw this image, I thought it reminded me of like they were like going down a gutter or something. So I just made it that way. And I really like coloring my cats orange. And I think the little froggy is cute. And this was using Cali art markers. And the water is gelato. Jello. This one was a free one that was online. Basically, it has the Pledge of Allegiance. And this is perfect for like the 4th of July.
My school said that.
Yes, you do say that at school. And I think it turned out cute. I used just red, blue, and white on this page. This next one is a picture of Dumbo. I wanted to make it super colorful, so I made the bubbles and all those things more like different, like almost like it was paint that he was bathing in. So I thought it was kind of a fun way to color this picture. And this was done with markers. This one is a Tanya Bogimastolova, and I actually have this book, this gelato background, and I kind of colored him this pear. So it's a pear house, and he's painting it, and I made it so it looked like he was painting all these little elements on his house. Yes, Miss Maylee.
Mommy, look at these cute little guys.
Those are really cute. They're holding their mama.
Yes.
So this one is a koala, and it is from Bennett Klein's My Sketchbook Wild. And I mentioned it when I did my book flips that I had done this one, and I had taken it out because the page had gotten so warped because I used water media on it and watercolor pencils. Next one, this was a dollar store coloring book, and I colored...
Unicorn.
Yes.
It's so cute.
I colored it with Crayola crayons and blended it with Gamasol or odorless mineral spirits. And I like how it turned out. This next one is a Grayscale Image that I got online.
No, look at
It's a summer one.
Look at the face.
Oh yeah. That's a smiley face. It says, "Have a nice summer." This airplane flying in the sky. Has this cute girl at the beach with her swimsuit, sandcastle, and stuff like that. Alright, this next one, this was a free download, but I believe this one is in, I can't remember. It's in one of the Creative Haven books. I want to say it was the puppy book, but I can't remember. So I did this one because I liked all the ice cream. And these little puppies are in like an ice cream boat. Like they're like a banana split. And I think it's so silly. And the bright colors in the background is gelato. If you can't tell, I like to use gelatos. So this is one of those ones I was talking about with the stained glass book. Okay. Yes.
Look at her glue hair.
So I've colored her, and as you can see, you can kind of see my hand behind it. You can put them in windows, and they will come up in the light. See how?
Print 9?
I will, Ethan. And then I did another one. This one, you can see through it a little bit better. This one has hummingbirds. And this was in that stained glass fairy book that I had shown in my flip. Or in my collection video.
Put 9 and 10.
The next one I have here is Disney's Tsumtsum, and this is Snow White and the Seven Dwarves. Okay, I will help you in a minute.
9 and 10.
I colored this with Sargent Art brush markers, and they're very vibrant, but they did bleed through. That's why I took the image out of the book. This was an Easter one I started and never finished. This one, I really like this one because I like Rainbow Bright, and this was a free image. Yes, I have that picture on my phone. I did this one. Oh, I didn't do a tutorial on this one. I just colored this one on my own, and I actually looked up the colors of the sprites. That's what these are. They're called sprites. It's on the Rainbow Bright show. It's an 80s show. I'm an 80s baby.
Missed the color in this
Yes,
one.
I need to finish coloring that one.
Mommy, look that sprite.
Yep, he's so cute.
He's holding the fire.
This next one
Puppy.
is a little bit busy. It says, good feelings are free, and I colored this one with marker. Here's a bear. This was out of one of the books I do no longer own, because the book just seemed a little too busy for me. But I did color one, so I did attempt it. The next one is a Grayscale Image that I got
Look at the puppy.
online.
No.
Okay.
Look at the puppy.
Yes, I see the puppy. And has a little boy. Looks like he has birthday balloons and things like that, and he's going to knock on that door.
Band-Aid.
Okay, we'll go get you one. This next one was in a Mother's Day book, and I wanted to try sectional coloring, where you only color things that are in the circles or the squares. So I did the color elements in the circles and black and white elements in the squares, and then left the rest of it blank.
5.
Okay. Here is an Easter one I did, and I used Crayola colored pencils with this because I printed it on regular copy paper. This was a PDF in a group. I colored this one with glitter gel pen. Moving on.
Look. Not color this.
Yeah, that's pretty. Obviously, you guys know this is Sleeping Beauty. I really like Sleeping Beauty. She's my favorite Disney princess. I really don't remember what I colored her with. I think she's mostly pencil and gel pen, but this black is the black Tombow. And these lines did get covered up, so then I went back in with a white jelly roll and re-put in the swirls in the lines. This next one was a freebie page, and I did a color palette of pink, green, and blues only for these owls.
Oh, look
This
at
one,
that puppy.
yeah, that puppy is cute. This one was out of my puppy coloring book that I no longer have. I wanted to color a page and experiment with different things you can do in the background. So these bricks have been done with Tombow brush markers. I also wanted to attempt bubbles here. I did a stamp here that says "You're the best." I also decided I would put in a quote, so you could put quotes into your background, and this is an Anne Frank quote, and I think it's cute. And this is some stamps as well going across. So I just kind of threw everything at this one. And another ice cream page. Obviously, I'm not major coloring into food. I still need to practice that. This was my first grayscale picture that I've ever colored. She was a PDF. I like how she turned out. She kind of reminds me of Bella on Twilight. That says my name, honey. And I'm really happy how she came out. This one is a Sarah Kay picture. This one was a free picture. There was a website that had these pictures for free. And I colored this one with watercolor pencils and Inktense. And I actually had a video on YouTube how to do this. But then when things changed, I took it off and trashed it. And because I was nervous with the new bylaws and stuff that they would think this was too child friendly, so I took it off. But I could do another video using watercolor pencils and Inktense. And I actually do have the new Sarah Kay book, so I'm excited about that. This one is a little clown that is from the Lacy Sunshine book. No, it's not. It's a clown, babe. I just colored everything green because it was a green challenge, like for St. Patrick's Day, because of these shamrocks and stuff. And that was a fun challenge. If you ever want to challenge yourself, take a page that is kind of like this, like a character, and do solely one color palette. It's kind of fun to do that. There is a letter J for my name. I wanted to do one of those, and that was pretty simplistic, but I like how it looks. Can you please move?
Oh, look, it's a unicorn.
Well, I can't see you with you on top of it. This was out of my animals book from Blue Star. I took it out. And this one was done all with gel pens. This was at the very beginning of my coloring journey. This book I no longer have. This I colored with all neon colors. And the background is actually Crazy Art Neon colored pencils. I really don't like those pencils, guys. I'll be honest. But I did my best to blend it in, transition it in. And this was pressing really hard, so they don't give off very good pigment. But since these elements were so bright, it worked out all right. So I kept it because I do like the picture. Another one from that animal book from Blue Star. Again, all gel pen except for the blue, I believe. No, the blue is gel pen too. So everything on here is gel pen. This was in a dollar store coloring book where it was color by number mosaic, and it's a sailboat, obviously. This one was out of that animal book.
Mommy,
like,
look, it's scary.
It's not scary, honey. This is obviously a monkey that I've done rainbow colors. And then another idea for a background that you guys can do is divide your background into sections. And that's what I've done here with a yellow, blue, green, and red. And then I put honeycomb stencil on these sides. And I think it turned out really fun. I have helpers, if you can't tell. So this was part of that color by number dollar store book, mosaic one, and I'm not exactly sure what it's supposed to be. At first I thought it was the top of the Statue of Liberty, but I really don't know.
That hedgehog is reading a book.
Yes, Mommy colored a picture with a hedgehog. Oh, I could have used this one for my fruit picture on the scavenger hunt. Forgot about him. I did this one as a buddy color type of challenge. Me and a friend were trying to enter a contest together where we both needed to color the same page. And this is my reminiscence of it. I think it turned out cute. And after I colored it, I added the dark gelato to give it a vignette type of look all the way around.
Mommy, put 9 and 10.
Again, another one from that dollar store book. Fairly easy, just did it with markers. This one is from Lacy Sunshine's Wizard of Oz coloring book. I think she's supposed to be Dorothy, but I colored her blonde. And she's done with pencils. Again, from the dollar store coloring book. So dollar store coloring books can be a lot of fun. I kept them in here because I only colored so many pages and then it started to get pretty ruined. So yeah, but the butterfly
dog.
This one, we have another clown from that Hobo's Lacy Sunshine book. That was, the green one was from that one as well. And this one was another one of my first grayscales. Used Black Widow pencils. I really love how this one turned out. This one was a freebie on Clara Markova's website. And I actually don't own this book. I think this book is her first book. I would love to get her first book someday, but I do not have it. This one, freebie, again, you guys can find this one almost anywhere. And I did eyeshadow on the background, on the ground, marker, gel pen, a little bit of gelato in the lamp. Made her very colorful. This one was a free Digistamp that was provided. I don't remember if it was on a Facebook group that was provided. I can't remember. But I colored it with alcohol markers. There's a little bit of gelato on the background. Did a tiny bit of shading, but not much. And added some white gel pen for some highlights. So this was a quickie. I did this one like in, I don't know, 25 minutes. This one, I do not have the book anymore.
You want to put 20
it was a flower book.
That's your choice.
And I colored everything here.
Oh,
It's mostly with gel pen, except for these characters are in pencil. And this is gel crayon on the sides. And I was trying to blend it in with water. Didn't work too great. But I was still learning. And this was a long time ago. 12, 19. This is another one from that dollar store color by number mosaic. Or not mosaic, but mystery. This one is Hannah Lynn. It is from Dream in Color. I Dream in Color. And this was the first one I colored in that book. I'm really proud of it because I love the quote. It says, "Slay your own dragons." And I like how my dragon turned out. And I love her hair, kind of like a red, white, and blue hair. My kids are talking in the background.
Mommy, you're done.
I'm almost done. I did this, sorry, hold on just a minute, okay? Well, tell them what this one is. What kind of bird is this? Do you know? This is, and I can't even think of the name. Peacock. This is a peacock. And I did gold gelato pen, or not gelato pen, gold gel pen on this background. It took a whole gel pen to do that. Okay. This one was out of that flower book that I no longer have. I was pretty happy how this one came out. Okay, hold on a minute. I'm almost done. And I used gel pens and fine liners. We have Mario birthday. This was a freebie one. I colored it for my son's birthday. This one is from Molly Harrison's Grayscale coloring book. I think it's the Whimsical Wonders coloring book. And I think her skin turned out really dark. But that's okay. I figured she can just be dark complected. And there's a moon in the background. The next one I have here is a grease pitcher. And we've got Sandy and Danny. This was kind of a sketchy style. And I just added color to it. Here is another Hannah Lynn.
Turn the page.
And I did this one. Hold on. I did this one with all red tones. Except for the blacks and the white. And it says, unlock the desires of your heart.
And 20 and
this was another free one. Just a printout of a little girl with a dollhouse.
The dollhouse.
This is a landscape one that I did out of a book that I got at Walmart. And I just wanted to prove to myself that I could color a landscape. I do not like how dark this is. I wish I would have done my flowers more vibrant, but it is a night scene, so I guess it's fine. And the reflection of the water with the moon, I think turned out, I added that myself. This was from, there was a, can't remember what it was called. It was like a spooktacular color thing that they did on Facebook. They provided 5 images. This was one of them. Oh, right here. Creepy coloring collaboration Facebook event. I colored this one. I didn't get a chance to color very many of those. I only colored the mandala one. Here we have Thanksgiving picture. I colored this pilgrim and the Indian. These ones were free images from Coloring Book Cafe. I really like how this one turned out. I like the water, and I like how the sunset looks. This was another one from the Coloring Book Cafe free images when they were doing this kind of like challenge. This one was a freebie. She's kind of creepy. I wanted to do a vampire, and I did her with markers. Her skin is kind of blotchy because I don't think I had a very good alcohol marker for her skin. This one, I actually drew that myself. I wanted to practice doing a doodle design, and I had not seen any Harry Potter coloring books at the time. And so I thought I would create my own image and color it for a Zen doodle design. And it says The Boy That Lived. And we've got the sorting hat. We've got a snake. Obviously Harry. We've got Dolby, Potion Pot, one of the flying letters. There's his owl. And there is a... can't even think of it. Snitch. Golden snitch. And the car in the tree is right there too. Oh, and that's supposed to be Voldemort. Here is one from a freebie from Coloring Book Cafe. Another nice one. This was a page that was gifted to me of words, and I colored it. I think it turned out really nice. I like the texture on being. This one we've got Retro Flower Power. I don't have this book anymore, but it turned out really nice. I do like that tie-dye background effect. Okay, hold on. This one, again, I don't have this book anymore. It was like Fantastic Unicorns, Zentangly. And this one turned out okay. It's not my favorite. This one says love, has hearts all over it. You can't see it, but love is actually glitterized. This one I did neon gel pens for all those flowers. Took me a while. Those Centos neon gel pens, if you've ever seen those at the dollar store, that's what I used on that. This is from the tattoo coloring book. Colored that snake and those roses. This one's from a dollar store coloring book. It says do what you love, and it has different activities or things that you can do all around. This one, the image was given to me by Sassy Coloring, and it was a challenge. There were different calendar girls that she selected certain people to color them, and she gave me September. And so I tried to make her look like a schoolgirl, and I did the pattern on her skirt. It came plain, so I tried to make it look like a plaited skirt. This is an art journal page. Another art journal page. This was a freebie. And how come I can't think? Genovea Art was on Facebook. Colored it for the COVID-19. This was another freebie, and this one was a Julia Sperry freebie. And she also gave this one for quarantine. And this one I have started but haven't finished it. As you can see, a lot of detail. This was the Erie freebie that she gave for quarantine. And I've been using Bic fine liners, my regular fine liners, and some colored pencil. And then on the back of my PDF folder, I have these two sprites, and from Rainbow Bright. And I have used dollar store glitter glue on the wagon and on the sprite's fur. And I like I said, I like the whole sprites and Rainbow Bright. So yeah, had to have them in there somewhere. But that is my PDF folder, and I hope you guys enjoy. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and happy coloring.